Hey guys, this is a tutorial on GIMP, just kind of setting up the workstation. So we're going to start off. When you open up GIMP, usually it opens up with 3 windows, and we want to change that to 1 window. So if you'll click on the Windows tab, scroll down and hit Single Window Mode. Click on that, and then that's going to bring them all together. Now this over here on the left hand side, these are called your tools. You have different tools: rectangle, ellipse, lasso, you have a fuzzy select tool. You have multiple tools. We'll talk about those. Underneath, if you notice, when you click on a tool, you get different tool options. And so you can set your tools however you want to use them, and we'll talk about the different tool options. So you got your tools, your tool options. Over here on the right hand side, you have dialog boxes. So we would call this the left panel, this the right panel. Now on these panels, you can adjust the size width of them. So if you look at my cursor, as I come to the left, it turns to double lines, one pointing to the left and one pointing to the right. If you left click and hold it down, you could adjust the size of those panels. And so I want you to make sure you're in single window mode, and then I want you to have 4 icons width. Okay, so I don't want 5, I don't want 6, I don't want 3. I want you to have 4 icons width. So set that left panel to that. And on the right hand side, you can adjust those panels also. And I'll just move it as far right as it will go. Now one of the things that you can do with these tabs is you can remove these tabs. A common mistake students make sometimes, or they get into trouble with, is they'll click on the tab and hit close tab, and there went all your tool options, and you're like, how do I get that back? Well, it's pretty simple. You just come up here to Windows, Dockable Dialogs, and then click on Tool Options. Now if you notice, when you're in single window mode view, it's going to put it up here on the right hand corner, but that's a tab. You just left click and hold, and you drag it down to where the spot says drag, and just let go, and it'll put Tool Options over there. Alright, so with these little configure tabs, you can adjust your little dialog boxes. So I'm going to open this one up, and I'm going to hit close. Open this one up, I'm going to hit close. I'm just going to close these tabs out just to show you. Now it says you can drop dockable dialog boxes here. So how do I get those boxes? Well, they're different ones, but we're going to do layers. So let's find layers. Click that, and it actually clicked over here. So I'm going to click on the layer. I'm going to bring it and drag it and drop it down. Go back to my Windows, Dockable Dialogs. I'm going to go to Fonts, click on Fonts, and it put it right next to it. Let's see, go back to Dockable Dialogs. I'm going to click on Brushes. One more. I'm going to click on Navigation. Alright, so I have these 4 different dockable dialog boxes that I could use. Now I could click on a tab, one of these boxes, drag it, and it makes it free floating. Now I want to bring it to the bottom. I want 2 layers. So I'm going to click on this tab, not the header up here, or the tab. Click on the tab. I'm going to drag it down, and notice when it turns blue. Do you see that? As I come down to this box, it turns blue. I let go of it, and it splits it up into 2 parts. So you can have them all one part, the full length, or you can bring them, dragging that in, free floating, click and hold on to that. And now since that's already there, I could just pull that in. So I have layers, fonts, display navigation, brushes. I have 4 icon width panel over here, and I have my tool options. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to create this workstation setup, and then come call me when you're done. I'll come and check it.